because it's actually about transfer of knowledge. So with great power comes great responsibility, and those with much experience may stand to benefit from helping others to develop and improve. Now, it can also pave the way for various business opportunities.
That's very right, Marissa. And take, for example, today's guest, fashion designer and Ikat Indonesia founder Didiet Maulana, who now owns the platform GINI Belajar Bersama. So without further ado, let's dive right in and learn more about his platform and his journey. Good morning, Mas Didiet, and thank you so much for coming into the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's so very exciting talking to you, Didiet. I'm very excited about this baby of yours because you launched this baby of yours on January the 8th, which was your birthday, so happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
And you always have a strong reason behind all the things that you do. With GINI Belajar Bersama, what was the why? Why was this important for you to give birth to and share with people?
Yeah, so I think the main thing is because I want to share the knowledge, and then for quite some times I realized that my purpose of life is to share. So I love sharing, especially the knowledge. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, and give a man teach a man how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. I think that's why I start this platform, is to share. And then, you know, like the reason is I want others also to gain a knowledge about how to set up a brand, because it's not as easy as it may seem, as it labels on a social media or a media about how the glam life of the entrepreneur. You know, like we have these challenges, and then we have this setback, we have this the frustration, all of these things that I think what makes us growth, and all of the challenges that I've been through for my own brand, we set it and we structure it as a modules and share it in our classes.
How interesting. What are the modules? I mean, and what are the modules?
So in the website, so we divide it into big two departments. One is how to set up a brand. It is about all the technique. And then the second one is how you develop yourself. So it's about the self-development. Because from my point of view, all of these two has to grow together.
Right.
Because the entrepreneur,
that's true,
they are their own cheerleaders, you know. When the entrepreneur is happy, it's mirroring on its profitability of the business, and then it's so interesting. You're right. And then for the branding department, it's about how to set up the brand, to find your why, and then how to create an efficient marketing strategies. And then for the self-development is how you have this positive perspective on seeing things, you know. And it's like that.
That's so interesting, because when we talk about business, oftentimes we talk about the technicalities of business, right? Oh, you have to do this, check. If you do this, then you'll reach success. But you forget about the doers, the people behind, you know, the people who are doing these technicalities. They also have to be in the right state of mind.
And the heart that goes with it. Mas Didiet, I mean, you talk so much about sharing. You've shared so much. You've shared your creativity through inspiring through your designs with Ikat Indonesia, and now you're also sharing your knowledge through this website. Now, how do one actually apply or join your website? We heard that it's actually provided for free, the classes. Is that true?
Yes, so we provide some classes are free, and some classes you have to invest in it.
Okay.
So I believe in it, you know, like you have to invest in yourself.
Right.
So we have like 10 classes as for now, and it's keep adding and keep adding.
Wow, how very exciting.
So just open the www.jadiginibelajarbersama.com.
Okay.
What are the courses? Like, for example, because I love doing online courses as well. Usually it's like shopping in this virtual supermarket, right? Ooh, I want to learn about psychology, or I want to learn about design. So what are these courses that you're providing?
These courses, in one classes, you will have like 7 episodes of it. And then the interesting part is the step-by-step section.
Right.
Because sometimes we know how to do, no, we know what we're going to, but the how. So it's, I'm sharing the how through the step-by-step how to get there. And it's based on the things that have been trial on my own business.
Yes.
So it's interesting, and then it's doable, and then it's I'm not saying it's easy, but it's doable. I mean, like
it's not impossible.
It's not impossible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I've been attended so many talks,
Yes.
and then sometimes when you can see like the speaker, oh my God, like he or she speak about very highly about something, you know, and then using a very educated what do you call it, like istilah, and then I know like, oh my God, yes, I know you're a very smart dude, but I didn't understand what you're saying.
Right.
You know, like, and then, you know, like the key is how you can use the language as a bridging for the intention that you want to speak about for your audience. So it's the lingua, it's the language. So my audience is a variety of audiences. You have this overseas student, you have this everyone there. So the language is the bridge.
It's the bridge. Now, I mean, you teach from your experience, but do you also collaborate with other professionals to cover certain topics, or is it just mostly it's all you?
As for now, it's from our side. I mean, it's from me.
Side, yeah.
But for in the next future, we will collaborate. And as for sure, I will invite you both. You know, because I know like there's so many people can learn from you. I mean, like for me, life is a big classroom.
Yes.
You know, and then we can learn from each other. That's why it's Jadi Gini Belajar Bersama, because we learn from each other.
We learn from each other. Yes.
I like that.
You've been doing what you're doing for decades now, and you're doing what you're doing so well.
Thank
What
you.
are some of the lessons learned from your life? Because, like you mentioned earlier, Didiet, you know, sometimes when people see successful people, they just see the peak, right? They just see the tip of the iceberg. Wow, you're so successful. But most people don't see that there are so many trials and errors there. So, what were your trials and errors? What are the lessons learned?
The lesson learned is about perspective.
Perspective.
Yeah. So I had this quote by Charles Swindoll: 10% is what happened to your life, but 90% is how you respond to it. So I learned this 90%.
Right.
Like as such, if the client canceled the project, the 90% is either you're frustrated, or you're like saying to yourself like, oh, I'm not that good, I'm not enough, or okay, I think this is the time for me to lay back and, you know, learn more and give a time for myself, you know, things like that. But I know it's not easy, but I think by having this perspective, I think we are going to learn about the challenge that we've been through. You know, like, to be honest, at the 4 years of Ikat Indonesia, I just want to close down the brand. Because the brand is big, but the profitability is not there, you know.
Right.
You have a big of followers, you have so much likes, but nobody is actually buying your product.
Right.
Interesting.
And that's where, when I was so focusing on what we don't have, on the sales that we didn't achieve, rather than what the drive that first start for me to start the business. You know, it detached me from the passion, from the purpose of why I start this business.
Right.
So how did you turn that around?
So
From that frustration, like, yes, the name is so big, but how come I'm not making any money?
To actually still going. And even now having a platform.
So I think that's where the magic happened, and that's why I want to share it with everyone on the platform is don't focus on your lack and then and change your habit.
Right.
And it's not happening in one night, you know, like it's like a baby step. You
So
know?
what were the steps that you did to turn that around?
So I think it was I hit, you know, like the rock bottom, and then there was this Sunday, and then and suddenly, you know, I remember this the third U.S. president was saying, like, if you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. So, you know, like,
what did you do then?
I want something that I've never had, but it's always like that, you know, like the habit, it's always the same.
Yeah.
So what I did, you know, like, okay, man, like, do that. You have to just push yourself and out from your boundaries. And I know it's not easy, and it's, you know, like, it's not easy. Why? Because you're out from your comfort zone. That's why it's not comfortable. It's uncomfortable. So
for you growing, right?
For me growing, you know, like, so I grabbed my running shoes, and then that's when I start to love running, and it's start from 2K and 10K and 15K and half marathon, you know, like
marathon,
anything like that, you know, and it's, you know, like, it's challenge your physique, it's challenge yourself, and
also
from there, and your mindset, and from there, you know, like, oh my God, I can do it, like 2K, I can do it, and, you know, like, I just focus on my small winnings.
Small wins.
The small winnings. It's not necessarily have to do with the business, but, you know, like, it's
personally.
It's personal. It's personal achievement. I think that's what counts.
I see. I get it now. I get the link between the two, your personal development and also the development of your business. Because when you have those small wins, you're actually building confidence more and more, and suddenly you somehow you get more creative because you're confident, your self-esteem is increasing, and thus it impacts the way you run your business as well. Do you have a mentor, Didiet?
Mentor?
Yeah, because what you're doing right now with this platform, you're actually mentoring entrepreneurs, like future entrepreneurs. Do you have your own personal mentor?
Personal mentor, I think, like, I don't have like a one-on-one personal mentor, but I read books. I love Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, Oprah! Woo!
And then I love Simon Sinek. And then for in Indonesia, Mas Yoris Sebastian is also my mentor. And then I think there's so many books, you know, like, there's too many books that I read, and they're all my mentors. And
feeding the soul.
Yeah,
I love that.
And sometimes, you know, like, when I read your quotes, and then when I read your caption, I think because in life for me there's no coincidence. Yeah. So when I read your caption, and when I read your captions on some of the social media, you know, like, okay, it's drive me there, and then it has a purpose for me to read it, and, you know, like, it's give an impact. For me.
And now you're creating impact for so many thousands of others through this platform. But what was your turning point, would you say, when, you know, you woke up one day and you decided, you know what, I want to channel all the knowledge that I have. I want to be able to inspire more people. I want to mentor more people through this platform.
So it's interesting. It's starting in the pandemic time, 2020.
A lot of time to think.
A lot of time to think, and there's nothing you did actually. And so, you know, like, I was sharing through my Instagram stories about how we can survive together through this pandemic, especially for these small, medium enterprises. And, you know, you have to do this, and you have to do that, blah blah blah. And then we received so many requests in our inbox, like saying, please have a more serious class. And then, so, you know, like, the three of us, our team, we create this small class by Zoom. So it was starting with this intimate class of 30, and then 50,
It kept growing,
and then 100, and then 500, and then 800, and then as of now, it's more than 20,000 people are joining the class.
That's amazing. 20,000?
From 30 to 20,000.
You can break the internet. You can break the Zoom room, having 20,000 people there. Oh my goodness. But this is the thing I love about what you do, and, you know, some of the people that I've come across. Like, for example, I remember when you mentioned the online classes. I was also part of a participant in this online class that was held by Henry Satriago, the late Henry Satriago, who was the CEO of GE Indonesia. He was also underlining the importance of sharing your knowledge, of this mentorship. Because, you know, when you share, you are actually helping other people to grow, you know, to improve. And that's a beautiful thing. And I so get why you're doing this. Because like Abraham Lincoln said, right? When you do good, you feel good.
Yep.
So what's your vision for this platform that you are still thinking of doing? Ooh, you know, it's like now we have 20,000 people. You know, how are you thinking of expanding this platform?
Next step, I want to have the apps, and then I want
the apps, yes.
I love apps.
Yeah, and then I want to make it like a more like a bigger event.
Yes. Oh, like a face-to-face event.
Like a face-to-face event.
Nice.
As of now, we have last year we have visited 5 cities, and then this year, inshallah, is 8 cities. And then I would love.
When is it gonna be?
It's gonna be in Aceh, in Medan, and then in Makassar.
Which month?
I think it will be starting after Raya, after Lebaran.
Oh, after Lebaran. Okay, so that's gonna be after April. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting, and then I would love to have a session because I idolize this guy, Tony Robbins.
Oh my God, I love Tony Robbins. I read his book, Money, The Art of Mastering
Me too.
the Game, right?
Me too.
He's amazing.
And then, you know, like that guy is crazy. You know, like he walked the talk. It's not
does.
only, so I would love to have a session with him and then create something like him. Because, you know, like I want to, because the main vision is, I want everyone to see the beauty in themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Because we are, there's only one Marisa, there's only one Didiet, there's only one Karina, and we are all unique. And that's the uniqueness that we have to, you know, like peeling one by one.
I agree.
And it's the beauty of life.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's almost
really
it's finding your authentic self.
Yes.
Exactly.
And sharing it to the world.
That's how
And
you
it's
put
an
it.
ongoing journey.
Yeah.
Right. Didiet, just a personal question I really would like to ask you. What legacy do you want to leave behind? Like, how do you want to put a mark in this world, being like, okay, that was Didiet Maulana?
Is about sharing. It's about sharing.
Sharing.
Yeah, it's about sharing. So
That one word, sharing.
Yeah.
There we go. As simple as that. Well, thank you so much, Didiet.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hassan. What a heartwarming, heartfelt talk that was. Amazing.
You're gonna have a meeting.
Exactly, and we're gonna have a meeting. I feel like it's gonna be longer than we'd expect, but we'll continue later on. All right, folks, that was Didiet Maulana. We're now due for another short break, but don't go anywhere because right after we'll have some more updates just for you. Stay with us on the C Morning Show, only on C Today.